Hello everyone, this is Srima and welcome to Genius Mathematics. In this video, we'll have ways to simplify an expression or an equation. This is not something that you will get a question. This is something you do in between questions. So this is like very basic things you need to know for solving any equation or expression. So we will see BODMAS, all about BODMAS and some algebraic formulae and what is conjugates. First we will see BODMAS. This is like the most basic thing you need to solve when it comes to symbols or signs like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division and something like that. So first we will see the full forms of this. B stands for brackets. O stands for off. D for division. M for multiplication. A for addition. S for subtraction. So if you see an expression containing all these, then the order to solve the expression will be in this order, not in this order completely, because if you see brackets, then you have to do brackets. If you see, so you will do brackets first, you will simplify brackets first, then you go to off, then you don't go to division, but you see both division and multiplication in an equation. So these two are combined with third level. Next we have addition and subtraction in the fourth level, because if you see brackets, you can just simplify the things inside the bracket. If you see off, you can just do the thing you need to do with off. For division and multiplication, you need to see them as a single set. If you see division and multiplication in an expression, you have to do from left to right. Let's see with an example. Let's see, we have 6 divided by 4 times 2. Here we have both division and multiplication. How do we do this? Because if we follow this, we should do division, then multiplication, and this is in the order. But what if this is like this? Should we do division first or multiplication first? In this case, we should do multiplication first, although it is in the order of D and M. The reason is, if we have multiplication and division in the same expression, we need to go from left to right. So if we want to solve this, first we need to multiply. 6 times 4 is 24. After divide by 2, we get 12. So the answer for this is 12. So this is the thing with division and multiplication. That is the same thing for addition and subtraction too. So this is the thing with BODMAS. In the Western countries, they use PEMDAS. This is another type of BODMAS. This is like similar to BODMAS, but P stands for parenthesis, which is just brackets. E stands for exponents. M for multiplication. D for division. A for addition. S for subtraction. So just the same order. So you can either use BODMAS or PEMDAS, they are both the same. So this is the thing with BODMAS. If we have an equation like 6 divided by 2, 4. Here you may think here it is bracket, so we need to multiply this first. But in this case, what you have done is, let's say we have expression here 3 plus 1. So in this case, we should not do division first, because there is a bracket here. So what you should do is 6 divided by 2 times. You have to do the simplification inside the bracket. Here it gives 4. But you cannot consider this as brackets, because you have finished the brackets. What this means is, it means 6 divided by 2 into 4. So this becomes this, because this is just multiplication. After this, you can do what we did earlier. Here division comes first, because from left to right division is here. So 6 divided by 2 is 3. 3 times 4 gives 12. So this is the answer for this question. You cannot do multiplication here because you see brackets here. Because this bracket just means you have to simplify what is inside. So this brackets become multiplication here. So that is the thing with BODMAS. This is very basic thing you need to understand before solving brackets, before solving expressions. So the next thing we will see is from some algebraic formulae, because some expressions will be easier if we use some algebraic formula, which we will see. So the most important algebraic formula we use is a square minus b square equals a plus b times a minus b. This is the most important and mostly useful formula in algebraic formula. Of course, we have formulas like a plus b the whole square, a minus b the whole square. Those are common formulas, but we can work the sums without even using this. We can just, let's say we have 3 plus 2 times 3 plus 2. Let's say we have something like this. We can just do 5 times 5 and we can be done. So we have not used this formula here. But this formula in special, that is a square minus b square equals a plus b times a minus b, this should be very helpful in solving expressions. Like let's say we have example like 102 times 98. This is something we know, we have multiplication, but this is multiplication with big numbers. So we cannot do multiplication easily with this. But what we can do is, we can actually use this formula for solving this. How we will do is, we can write 102 as 100 plus 2 and 98 as 100 minus 2. So this is of the form a plus b times a minus b, where a equals 100 and b equals 2. So a plus b times a minus b equals a square minus b square, that is 2 square. So this will give 100 square is 10,000 minus 4. So we get 9999. So 9996 is the answer for 102 times 98. So this is the most important formula you must know. The next, somewhat not that useful but little known formula is, many people don't know this formula, that is a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3abc. So this involves three numbers, equals a plus b plus c times a square plus b square plus c square minus ab minus bc minus ac. So this is a formula not much people know. The very important thing is, you may not fully know this formula. If the question, in many questions you will have something like this, a plus b plus c equals 0, then what is the equation between these two? For that you need to put a plus b plus c equals 0. So we get a cube plus b cube plus c cube minus 3bc, 3abc equals, this whole thing becomes 0. So we have a cube plus b cube plus c cube equals 3abc. So this becomes this when a plus b plus c equals 0. So this is another interesting formula to use. Of course, there are many algebraic formulas like cubing, for example a plus b the whole cube, a minus b the whole cube. These formulas are also important. Here also we have a cube plus b cube and a cube minus b cube. These formulas will also be helpful when we are reducing fractions. These two formulas will be helpful. For a cube plus b cube, we have a plus b times a square minus ab plus b square. For a cube minus b cube, we have a minus b, a square plus ab plus b square. Note that there is no 2 here. If there was 2, we can just write them as a minus b the whole square and a plus b the whole square. So this is also another interesting formula to use, because we will have sometimes we have something like this, divide by a square plus ab plus b square. So we can just cancel these two and we can just write a minus b. So this kind of formulas will also be helpful. So the last thing we will see is conjugates. So conjugates are very helpful to reducing especially fractions. Conjugates actually uses one of the algebraic formulae, that is a square minus b square equals a plus b times a minus b. Conjugates utilize this formula. For example, let's say we have 1 by root 5 minus root 3. This is very hard because we have to know the value of root 5, we have to know the value of root 3. After that we must subtract them. After that 1 by some decimal values. That would be very hard to find. So what we can do is utilize a square minus b square, that is multiply root 5 plus root 3 by root 5 plus root 3. So the conjugate of this is this, that is just changing the sign between them. That is the conjugate of root 5 minus root 3 is root 5 plus root 3. So we are multiplying and dividing by this. So the numerator remains root 5 plus root 3. Divide by, that is, this is a and b, this is a and b. So a minus b times a plus b, we have a square minus b square. Here a is root 5. So a square is 5 minus b square is 3. So we have root 5 plus root 3 by 2. So we have converted this fraction into this fraction which does not have any root values in the denominator, because having root values in the denominator will be very hard in finding the decimal values, but this is somewhat easier. And also when we have root values in the denominator, we must multiply and divide it. So we have root a by a, because we should have always the non-root value in the denominator. Let's say we have 1 by root 2. The value of root 2 is 1.414. What we should do is 1 by 1.14. So this is very hard for dividing 1 divided by 1.14. So what we will do is just multiply and divide by root 2. So we have root 2 by 2. So 1.414 divided by 2. This is very easier because this is just, so we have converted this extremely hard equation into this fraction. So that's why we should always have non-root values in the denominator, and that's why taking conjugates is very important. And that's all for this video. That's it.